Another Amazon FBA Q&A live stream. Thanks for everyone for joining me this evening. Part of my regular schedule. Try and do this every single Monday, 8 p.m. An Amazon Q&A. So anyone out there who wants help from Amazon, don't know why I'm looking all over the place. Need to get better looking at the camera. Anyone who wants help with Amazon FBA, this is the place to be. Thanks for joining me, guys. For anyone who's new here, my name's Simon. I'm a six-figure, really close to a seven-figure Amazon seller in the UK. I help people with Amazon FBA. And welcome to all of those regular viewers, I suppose I should say. Thanks for joining me. I do appreciate it. So let's have a look. Hopefully the chat is relatively synced. Let me just zoom in a little bit so I can see. Hey Jacob, how's it going? Hey Brad, hey Snappy Fish, all regulars there. Bit of lag. Oh wow, okay, that's not good. Yeah, I need to adjust the resolution. Nothing's ever easy with this kind of streaming thing. So if I make the chat more live, then I need to lower the resolution of the camera. So I don't know. I always going to play with it beforehand, but then I didn't want to break it. So let me know if it's unbearable, and maybe I could change it. But yeah, let me know how it's going. If it looks okay. Be boring if everything just worked. Exactly, yeah, exactly. So there's three options. There's the normal option, which I've always been using in the past for like in terms of the latency of the stream to the chat. There's like a middle ground one, which is what I'm using now, and then there's literally one that's just like apparently it's instant, so it's all synced up 100%, but apparently it can't do any kind of decent resolution. It has to be 1080p at most. I'll try it for next time and see how we get on. Hey, I just got a nice sale there for £4.62 profit, 54.74% ROI. Yeah, not too bad there actually. So Versace gift set. I need to make sure I'm not selling that too cheap because they go through the roof, and I've not got many of them actually. So I took a screenshot just before this to show you the profit I'm on for the day. My profits have been booming recently, so I'm going to show you on screen. Hopefully it'll work now. That is my profit. However, it's actually wrong now because I'm £4 richer because of that sale that just happened. But obviously sales are going to happen as we go. But yeah, so that's what I'm on for today, which is pretty nice. I can't complain about that. Ever since I adjusted my prices, it went down a little bit more realistic. It's been pretty good. So let me just get rid of that now. You know, probably don't want to see that. The whole stream, you want to see me. But yeah, let's have a look at the month then. Let me just do a screenshot of the month. So I've just seen it here. So you're seeing this live. I'll do a quick screenshot here. And we'll go from there. Sorry, when I move away from the microphone, it doesn't quite... There we go, basically. That's the screenshot there. So we're at £4,057 for the month. So pretty good. So can't complain. Hopefully that's showing up for you guys there. So not too bad at all. Yeah, ever since I adjusted my prices down, my sales have been booming. I was just being a bit unrealistic, hoping for that kind of like optimal price. But actually, I've got a video coming out tomorrow, another driving vlog, where I talk a bit more about that. But, in the past, I've been, stacking up the £500 days. Exactly. Yeah, thank you, Snappy. Appreciate it. In the past, doing online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, when you're not getting many units, I was all about, like, maximizing the profit per unit. So if I've only got, like, 10 units, then, of course, I want to make the most of it. And in December, I'm pretty much going to sell 10 units, no problem. But wholesale's a little bit different to that. When I've got 400 or 500 units, I mean, some... SKUs I've got over 1,000 units. I can't be sitting there trying to maximize my profit per unit. I need to be just selling through and being happy making profit on all the units, not trying to maximize the profit there. So that's a lesson that I'm learning, transitioning more into the wholesale game, really, that we can't be looking to absolutely maximize those profits per unit. Otherwise, it's not going to get any sales volume going through. So let's have a look. We've got 13 viewers so far. Hello to everyone who's joined. If you've got any questions about Amazon FBA, you are welcome to ask, and I will be able to help you. So someone DM'd me today, actually. I won't reveal names, but... what did you ask? I did have a quick question, though. Can you help me make this a full-time income? I was like, yeah, that's quite a big big ask there. So I don't do one-on-ones, but yes, if you jump on Q&As like today, then you can ask away as much as you want. And it's almost like getting a free mentorship. But yeah, so take advantage if you've got any questions about Amazon FBA. I'll do my best to answer from my 2.5 years-ish experience of Amazon FBA. So yeah, it's take advantage, guys. But that was quite I woke up to that. I was like, wow, you're not asking much, just a full-time income. So, but yeah, anyway, it's kind of funny anyway. So hopefully it's all working still okay. But yeah, guys, ask questions. I'll answer them. So Will says, what is the longest I've had to wait for a Cogito order to ship? So I think on the website they say it can take like 7 business days, which is a long time to be fair. For me, I think I've got one from the 4th of November, which I ordered. I think it was some Paco Rabanne, and it's still not shipped yet. So, I mean, I'm going to give it a few more days, and then I'll have a look on the website, double check how long it's meant to be wait before I kind of open a case, and then maybe I'll get in touch with them. So I think it's 7 to 10 days. You need to allow them to ship. But obviously, Christmas is coming. I can't be, having this stuff delivered late. I made that massive order. For these guys that don't know, that was £23,000. There's a lot of items. Well, it's like 471 items, but I need that wholesaler to ship it ASAP. That needs to come in for Christmas. I'm hoping that's going to get sent ASAP. But yeah, so that was a risky move on my part. I actually ordered 210 units of some items today, actually, but and that's going to be pretty close to hopefully selling those through at Christmas. It was a UK wholesaler though, so hopefully, I don't know which one it is because you never know. You just see it's in the UK, but if it's the one that I kind of usually order from, they're pretty good. So hey, I've got another sale. I've just gone over the £500 profit for the day. Nice. So, so Brad saying, it's 7 days before you can open a case. That's cool. Makes sense. When will I stop buying for Q4? If I can get some units in on the 10th of December, 12th, 13th, maybe at the most. I'm not going to obviously send like 500 units in on the 13th. But if I can get, if it's something that's selling maybe 400 or 500 a month, and I can just get 10 units, of course I'm going to send those in. Obviously, everything we do now is a risk, and in terms of when we sell it in, not from now, but like obviously when it gets further into December. And you also need to evaluate that risk, what the chances of it selling. Now, on that one, I did 23 grand. I think it was like 22.9. I can't remember exactly. It sells pretty well even after Christmas. I mean, at Christmas it peaks at like, I think it was 200-300 a year. Last year was like 200. I think it peaked at, but I think it's already at like 100 already. So I feel like it's going to go maybe up to 300. But even throughout like January, February, March, I think April as well, it does 50 a month. So it still sells pretty well. So I'm not too worried about that. But obviously I'd like to, if I can, get it sold right away. And then the summer months, that one actually drops down and it comes back again. So hopefully it'll be fine. So Snappy says they shipped one for me this morning. It was ordered last night, 10:30. Nice. That's cool. So again, it comes down to each wholesaler. Each one is different. Some are faster than others. So Dilly's saying, how can I shift a product if Amazon are doing the product for X3 for £1 more than I'm selling one for? I'm selling at -2 pence and they ain't selling. I mean, that comes down to doing good research, and I'm assuming this is a variation. So you're on a listing where there's maybe, let's say, 2 variations or 3 variations, where one's a 1-pack and one's a 3-pack, let's say. And the 1-pack's pretty much the same price as the 3-pack. You've got to think from what a consumer would be buying. What would you do? You'd obviously rather pay £1 extra for the 3-pack, even if you don't really need the 3-pack. So that's a time where you need to be very careful with variations. Now, it happens with, let's say, fragrances, and I've covered this in my live streams before, my Cogito sourcing, where, maybe 100ml bottle is £50, but the 30ml bottle is like £48 or even £50, whatever. And it might be getting some sales in that 30ml one, but really a consumer is going to be buying a bigger bottle. So while technically that 30ml one is profitable, you're not going to get many sales. There are quite a few listings like that where that actually happens. So you need to be careful with that. It comes down to better research. How can you sell through? I guess you've got to either hope Amazon come out of stock or just take the L and just sell them and just learn it as a lesson. We've all got to learn lessons on Amazon. I've learned plenty of them. So I'm still selling items for a loss now. I've got an item I sell for like a 44 pence loss, and I'm just trying to clear the stock. It's been in Amazon for over a year. God knows what I spent on storage fees. So I probably lost like £2 a unit. I don't know. It's hard to say, really. I mean, individually, they're not very big, but then obviously when you've got 300-400 of them in there, it adds up pretty quick. So, yeah. So Claudia Hayes are going. We've got a call booked, I think, for Thursday. I can't remember when it is. Hopefully it wasn't today and I missed it. Sorry about that if I did. So if I want to limit my FBA sales, what would be the best course of action? Would holiday mode be sufficient? Not allowed to upgrade on a professional account currently. Okay, interesting. So just put your prices up. Simple as that, really. Just whack the prices up. Would be the thing to do. I mean, one thing you could do is you could delete all your listings, but then they go into stranded. And depending on how you've changed your settings, in theory they could all get sent back, which is what you don't want. So just whack your prices up like pretty much really high, and that way you'll be limiting your sales. So that's one way to do that. Hey Deeks, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. So Snappy picked up a cracking deal earlier, 100 mil with a £2 price of. Within £2 of the 60 mil. Nice. There you go. So, not sure what that was. But yeah, so the deal I picked up earlier, by the way, where I got 210 units, was a fantastic brand called Molten Brown. They sell like hotcakes at Christmas. So that was a really killer deal. That was thanks to Cookita Price Drops, which my brother created. So if you want to join that and get into Cookita, links are all that is in the description. You guys know I've already talked about this plenty of times, but yeah, you can. I mean, Cookita literally is the best place to source right now. It's literally a money printing machine. There was crazy deals earlier, by the way. A wholesaler reduced all their prices on not all of them, but a load of them on their products. But they only had like one or two in stock of each one. So I was sat there trying to add all these ones to try and get to the point where I could make a cart. And unfortunately, someone pipped me to the post, and they got them all. Or the wholesaler realized their mistake, because some of them were like £20-30 profit per unit on some perfumes, some JPG, some Paco Rabanne. There was a Clinique item in there. There was all sorts basically, and they were like £20 profit minimum on some of those perfumes. It was crazy, but I didn't get any, unfortunately. So Snappy picked up some as well. Cool, nice. Yeah, I suspected I probably wasn't the only one, but yeah. So still hesitant to buy stuff that I haven't got ungated. Yeah, look, Deeks. 3 months ago, I'd have said, hey, just buy it and ungate it. Now, I'd say do not buy it now until you're ungated, especially for Christmas, because it is so hard to ungate these days. Hopefully, back when January comes around, it's going to get easier again. But hopefully, yeah, it's just a Q4 sort of being strict thing. But yeah, it sucks really, and you can't rely on being ungated now. So yeah, be careful. If you find a good basically it's worth just trying to ungate all those big beauty brands for next year. Buy them from Latino. Keep an eye out if you can get a breaky. I mean, basically when it comes to like ungating Paco Rabanne, I think I planned to maybe lose like £50 on that, so like £5 a unit. It actually turned out that I ended up being break even, so I was quite pleased with that. But normally I'm willing to pay a little bit of money to ungate some of these bigger brands from like Notino, which is my go-to place to ungate. That was sort of the beauty brands, but even then, now it's not guaranteed. They're going to fight you. They're going to make you work for it. It's a pain in the butt, and yeah, it sucks. So I don't know what to suggest. Really, it's a total nightmare. Yeah, it's frustrating when you can't fill it. It doesn't happen too often, actually, Brad. Where I can't fill the cart. Normally, I'm just like, it's a massive order, but yeah, obviously that whatever happened there. I think the wholesaler realised their mistake, because I may have added some personal items in there. So yeah, and they weren't profitable on Amazon, but it could be a brick and mortar store who bought them all up. Who knows? So yeah, so just 1 second, guys. It's amazing. I'm trying to get this guy onto the live stream. Live stream. Come hang out. So, yeah, someone's just asking about Cookita. So, I need to, by the way, mention my sponsor, Profitector Pro. They are sponsoring this stream. They are the repricer that I use for my Amazon FBA business. Fantastic repricer. Oh god, microphone. So if you want to get a repricer for Amazon FBA, check out Profitect Pro. Thanks to them for sponsoring this stream. I really do appreciate it. They help the YouTube channel grow and keep me, keep me fed, keep me supported. So I do appreciate them. But yeah, so Brad saying we're dropping 20k a month, I have a problem. Yeah, so it did restock though. that is one thing I was like, oh. So a new tip that I've got for Cogita people now is, if you can clear the stock on an item, buy it all, okay, but don't pay. Give it like half hour, an hour, and see if it restocks. If it restocks, see what price it restocks for, and then secondly, see if that restocker will provide an invoice. Because on my one, when I bought the 23 grand, let's call it 23, I'm pretty sure it's 23, I'll check in a second. It did get restocked at the exact same price. However, that new seller wasn't providing the invoices, whereas the one I bought was. So yeah, Redacted ZW is coming on. Cool, nice, just get him on the stream. So yeah, that's a new kind of tip I'm doing really, because one thing I've noticed actually now you need to be careful is that you might be like clearing the stock on an item on Cogita, and then it does restock. So that Molten Brown one earlier, it did restock, but at a much higher price. So I'm okay with that. It's fine. You know, I've got no problem with people restocking. But yeah, it just sucks when you like clear the store and then it restocks some more. It's the same price from a different like seller. So yeah, either you can continue to buy or yeah, just be careful basically. So that's one kind of new tip I've got with the Cogita thing, just to double check and make sure. But it's still, look, I'm still printing money on Cogita. So let's have a look here. So yeah, 504 profit for the day. I've got this Versace gift set thing here, £4.62 profit. That's a Cogita deal. I've got another one here, which I've got 300 units in. Now this isn't the best deal in the world. The price did come down a little bit, but it sells crazy good. I'm making £1.25 per unit on this one. I've got 300 units on that SKU, and there's another SKU where I got another, I think, 1,000 units. I can't remember exactly what it was. So yeah, I think it was like 1,300 total units. Hey, Reseller Kid, how's it going? Love the avatar you've got there. Do I do much FBM? Jacob, I am doing a little bit now. I've got some like old Burberry units from last year that I can't FBA, so I'm selling those via FBM now. I'm taking a small loss on them. I think I'm losing like £3 a unit, but they've been sat in my apartment for an entire year, and I just need to get rid of them now. I'm sick of looking at them, and yeah, so I'm eBaying those. Well, not sorry, I am eBaying them, but I'm mostly selling through FBM. I think I've sold like one via eBay. So getting rid of those basically. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I do really. It's just stuff that I can't FBA. I'll do some FBM on. I know FBM can be really good. For me, I just don't want to be sitting there packing if I can avoid it. It's not really my bag really. And I'm also hoping to get rid of every single item of stock. So Jacob, yeah, you'll be helping me with that when all those units go off to you, and you can sell them for me. But yeah, so how's it going, Pete? Anyway, are you all good? Oh. Cool. So anyone's got any questions, feel free to throw them out there. So yeah, I was hoping I just updated all my cogs. I was hoping it would update on Seller Toolkit, but it's not done it yet. So got 138,691 in Amazon right now in terms of cost of goods. Exactly, actually 7,800 units. Kind of interesting. And yeah, I was hoping that was going to bump up when I added the cost of goods for all those units, but I guess it's just taking a while to update. But yeah, so do you want me to mention it, Jacob, or not? I mean, I can do. It's up to you, really. I don't want you to get inundated. But yeah, so new server's coming out anyway. It's ultra secret unless Jacob wants me to reveal it. So, but yeah, so exciting stuff, really. But yeah, it's been really good this month now. Hey, I just got another set. Oh my god, these units here. Yeah, I repriced these ones down. This is the worst one ever. I was like, yeah, another set. I made £1.70 profit. This one is 1.41% ROI. So yeah, so this is stuff I've had in for Amazon for ages, and I'm just clearing out now. Yeah, so that's. I mean, look, I'm making a profit, I suppose, but not that good really. But yeah, I'm making my money back, and each unit cost £145, so I'm getting that £145 back. So it just shows you, that I don't always make the best decisions, really. So Brad's saying, what's the minimum you'd be happy to turn per unit on an item to buy it? Look, you can literally become a millionaire from making like 10 pence an item if you can sell enough of them. So I'm not saying I'd necessarily do that. Like, well, I would if there was an option where I could buy I could sell like, I don't know, 1,000 a day or 2,000 a day of an item, make 10 pence per item, and I was sure the price was gonna last. You can be damn sure I'll be doing that. So that's what I'm looking at, Brad. I'm looking at like how much can I make on a listing on a monthly basis. That's really what I'm looking at, rather than the per unit sort of thing, really. And I've told my VA that pretty much £50 per month is what I'm really looking for. Ideally more, but I want to try and give him a little bit, make it a little bit easier on him. But yeah, that's kind of where I want to be. So, you know, I take the total number of, I look at the SPM, I look at the total number of sellers, I add myself into that, and then divide the sales per month by those number of sellers, and then so that maybe give me, let's say, 10 sales a month on a listing. And if I'm making £5 per unit, that'd be £50. Then I'd be happy with that, basically. So £50 for me is like really the minimum I'm looking for. For you guys, it might be less. It might be £10 or £20. But yeah, that's what I'm really looking at, really, rather than a per unit basis. So I don't really care whether that's made up. What I can't do to obviously an extreme, but I don't really care whether that's made up of 10 units at £5 profit or 1 unit at £50 profit. That doesn't really bother me too much. Obviously, it gets to the point where my prep costs come in as well, so I need to factor that in. But yeah, so found much today. Yeah, I mean, I've done one order actually. Just I searched this morning quickly, found the Molten Brown stuff, ordered that. I was happy with that basically. So that was how much did I spend? I can't remember now. 3, 4, 5. I don't even remember. How much was that? I put it into success in Cogita. Yeah, it's £5,000. So I was happy with that for the day. It's about £1,300, I think, profit if the price holds. Might even go up actually at Christmas. So hey, I'm happy with £1,000 a day. You know, I'm not greedy. If I can make £1,000 a day, I'm okay with that, all right? So so that was an easy one for me basically. And my Amex bill is enormous, by the way, so I'm kind of holding off a little bit. My Amex bill now is like 60k. So so literally I'm leaving money on the table because I'm not sourcing like all day or every day or even that long today, really. There were definitely deals this morning, Deeks. Trust me, yeah. People ordered, definitely. And they're just the success posts we saw. There were definitely deals out there. So, but yeah. But yeah, Brad, that meant literally that quid on a 145 unit is literally an item I've had in Amazon now for probably 6-8 months, I'd say. I'll be honest, I totally forgot about it. I was going through all my prices on Profitex Pro, just lowering them down. I was like, oh man, have I still got these units in here? And I was like, well, I was looking at the price. It looks like it's never going to recover. So I just, who knows what I've paid on storage on those. Just taking the L. Well, it's not an L. I'm actually technically making a profit. Well, not really, but £1.70, whatever. And just to get that money back so I can reinvest it. So just, I'm not happy about it, but I'll take it. That's not what I'm aiming to do by any stretch of the imagination, but that's just a unit that I bought. This didn't turn out well. Hey, you can do all the research you want, and sometimes it just still goes wrong. As long as, 9 out of 10 times you're right and 1 time you're wrong, it's fine. But, so that's what that is. But yeah, I've got 6 units left apparently. So whatever 6 times 150 is, it's like over £1,000 I want to get back that I can invest into other stock. So yeah, Redacted ZW, welcome to the stream. Yes, I can explain. Yeah, so there's no subscription involved whatsoever. So I'm not sure where you've got that from. I've been asked quite a few times about subscriptions. There is no subscription on Cogita at all. Basically, what Cogita is, it's a marketplace for wholesalers to sell their goods. So you can go on there and you can search the tens and tens of thousands of products that are on there. And it may be that you're looking at I've got a cosmetic item here, but a health and beauty item, but it could be that you're looking at this Red Bull here, and you can buy this Red Bull, and it might be being sold by one or multiple wholesalers all over Europe, and then you can buy it basically, and they'll ship it to you. Simple as that, really. So you get access to over 400 wholesalers on Cogita without actually having to, hit the phones, call people up. open accounts, all this kind of stuff. So you can basically kind of break into wholesale without having to actually do full-on wholesale, which, by the way, guys, I've started doing a little bit, is not that easy. And the biggest thing as well is you need the cash, because they don't take card. They want all bank transfers. So the great thing about Cogita is you can pay on Amex, you can pay on credit card. It's fantastic. So that's obviously fantastic for us Amazon sellers, helps the cash flow there. So that's essentially what it is. There are no import fees. All those prices are included in the price that you see. VAT is not included on the page you see, but it's added at the end of the checkout. Yeah, there's no shipping, no import fees, even if it comes from Europe. So you're all good. You can be a sole trader, you can be limited company, you can be VAT registered or not VAT registered. Doesn't matter. So you're all good. So hopefully that answers your question, Redacted ZW. But yeah, there's no subscription. So what you might be confused by is there is a server that my younger brother has created called Cogita Price Drops, which is like a deal server which monitors all the prices. And that is a subscription. That is £50 per month. But actually, to order from Cogita itself, you don't need a subscription. So you're all good. Yeah, exactly, Snappy. 1K a day. It's, we're all looking for, that kind of minimum, aren't we? No. Look, I wish I was making 1K a day. So, yeah. Well, not on Amazon anyway. So, so Dick's ended up maxing out Capital on Tap on Cogita. Yeah, that's a great card, by the way. Yeah, there are so many deals on there. It's kind of insane, really. Paid most of it off, but going to use the pay later now. Spread the payment as much as possible. Sure, absolutely, yeah. So another great thing about Cogita is they have a new partner for finance called Mondo, I believe it is, and they give you 30 days for free as well. So now, one thing to notice though, one point to make is, they don't take card when you're paying off your Mondo. They only can pay via bank transfer. Just to make that clear. So, yeah. Yeah, so Redacted, yeah, the subscriptions for the server, yeah. So you don't absolutely need that. However, that's kind of the best way to find the deals, because that server is monitoring for all the deals on Cogita. However, you can still run the catalog on Cogita through RBSource or do manual sourcing yourself. But yeah, so what you can do if you want to skip the Cogita Price Drop server, you can absolutely do that. If you're trying to save the money, you can basically just sign up to Cogita. So, get it signed up now, basically. Give it a go. Use the code FBA Mogul to sign up. You get £120 for free. And you can go to basically anything you search, you can download as a catalog. So if you search Versace between this price and in stock, then when you click download catalog on the top right hand side, it's going to download the catalog of items based on that search criteria. So it's quite good. Or you can go to your account and download the entire catalog. You stick that into RBSource. I've done videos on it basically. But yeah, so what was the mic drop, Brad? I forget what I've said, really. What my 1% Dix? What's that for? But yeah, how many viewers have we got actually? I always like to see the viewers. So let's have a look. Hey, 22. That's pretty good. That's awesome. So I really do appreciate everyone being here. It's weird. I don't have as many viewers as when Taylor was on. So who knows why that is. But yeah, so I'm still pretty happy with 22. They could get the critics not accepting cards, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, so be aware. Because I tested it out for you guys. I thought I'll try it out, see what this new credit's like. It's pretty good. Accept it right away. It's all good. But you can't pay via card, which you could do with the old Cogita system apparently. So Redacted ZW is asking, what do you think is the best strategy for starting FBA with low capital? Can't do FBA due to being unavailable lots. That's fine. When you say low capital, what do you mean? Are you talking like £1,000, something like that? So basically, what's the best strategy? I'd say just doing. You can't do retail arbitrage, I guess. Then, because I did like a whole video on like doing, starting with £1,000, doing FBM and retail arbitrage. But it'd be basically just doing online arbitrage. So looking right now, ordering. You still got time. As long as you're ungated, that's the tricky thing. No, that's another problem. It's tough being new on Amazon, I'm not going to lie, especially with the ungating right now, but you got to just put the work in and it will pay off. 700, so that's kind of tough, really. I always kind of say minimum of £1,000, but you're kind of close enough, really. If you can do retail arbitrage, go out, look for there was that big toy sale at Sainsbury's, kind of gone now. Doing some retail arbitrage, but But yeah, otherwise doing online arbitrage, looking for good sites, maybe just ordering 5 or 10 units of an item, and yeah, don't go too deep on one particular item, and yeah, and just do that basically. And one thing to remember, by the way, as well, I've said this a lot of times, so apologies for those that have already seen this. I've not seen it, but heard me say it, is like the first year is for learning, second year is for earning. So your goal right now is just to try and learn Amazon FBA, get ungated, get some experience under your belt, build up your capital, obviously, ideally as well. Kind of goes against what I said. But yeah, that's essentially what you're trying to do right now. You're not necessarily trying to make money. I mean, you're going to make money in the business, but you're not going to be paying yourself, if that makes sense. So you want to try and build your capital up to like 5,000-10,000. That's where you can start making some really good money. But yeah, just got to do some online arbitrage, basically. It's kind of tough because I'd say join like a group like Profit Sweep or something like that, but it's going to come out your subscription. It's going to be tough. What I can do is maybe hook you up with a free trial, potentially into Cogita. That could be another way. You get, say, with a £120 discount, that kind of helps you. I mean, that essentially gives you like 820 capital. So you can maybe make a little order with a retailer. I can help you find a deal maybe. And we can get you like ordering something that's kind of nice, that's kind of cheap, not going to cost too much money, maybe £200-300 at most. And go from there basically. So I'll DM you afterwards and we'll figure something out basically. I'll try and help you find your first sort of deal, something you're ungated on from Cogita, something you can make a good profit on basically. So yeah, exactly, Brad, I have no idea. So it's a mystery. It's a mystery we'll never solve. Deeks, can you convince Cogita to get Mondo to accept card, please? I seriously doubt they have any say whatsoever with Mondo when it comes to that. So I can put it out there, but yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to have any say in it whatsoever. So Deeks says, I always love boot clearance for retail arbitrage when they have electrical light display on discount, can buy products for £40, sell for 200. I have had, admittedly, I've not put much work into doing it, but zero luck at Boots. And I've seen people ping deals, and I've rushed down there like a crazy person, so like, oh my God, I can buy this stuff. And I've never found a single item that was good in Boots. But yeah, I know people, they have good Boots nearby. They do really well in them. They find these electrical items, like you say. They find amazing discounts on other items. I've just never had any luck with Boots. It's been my nemesis sort of retail arbitrage thing. However, I don't do much RA these days, and I didn't really put much effort into it really. So it's kind of my own fault, I guess. But yeah, so hopefully that helped you anyway, Redacted. It is tough if you've only got like £700. Your goal is just to try and build up that capital as much as possible while also gaining some experience. And I say I'll help you out. So yeah, it's different. Exactly. I guess my store just sucked. It was really easy to get to though. You know, there's like a retail outlet park thing. So parking was easier. I could just rock up. And yeah, just never found anything. To be fair, I went in there quite often because I used to love the old meal deal from Boots. The best value meal deal out there if you like a meal deal. But yeah, I don't get to eat that stuff anymore. Trying to be healthier now, so but yeah, every now and then treat myself. But yeah, I did like the chicken Caesar wrap, that was good from Boots. But yeah, never found any deals there, unfortunately. Why is my seller toolkit not updating here? I want to see my updated cost of goods. It's not updating, it sucks. Let's have a look here. So no more sales since we've been talking, which is also bad. I want more sales, I want them every minute. So I'm North, so Deek says Northampton, so there's MK. Used to shop quite a lot in MK. I'm from Cambridgeshire, so it's about 40 minutes from where I lived in Cambridgeshire to go to MK. Once every few months, I can make 500 per store. Very nice, yeah, absolutely. So you've obviously got the knack for the Boots retail arbitrage sourcing, which is pretty awesome. Brad says I get bored fast doing RA, not going to lie, but we should do it. Yeah, it can be very profitable. You know, but for me as well, I kind of get bored. Even if I'm like finding killer deals, I'm just like, there's a limit to how long I want to spend out doing retail arbitrage. Maybe if I buy that Aston Martin, did I talk about that? Yeah, it was that in the next video that's coming out tomorrow. Maybe it's a sneak peek there. And it's a nice summer day. Maybe I'll be more interested in doing retail arbitrage. But yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe I just revealed so I went in. I'll just talk about it anyway. Little sneak peek anyway. I went to the Aston Martin garage the other day. I was testing out the cars. They were very nice. So, yeah, just like an aspirational thing, really. yeah, it was quite kind of fun really to go in there. So and I went in as my usual scruffy self as well, shorts and t-shirt, and they didn't kick me out and call me like a homeless bum. So that worked out all right. But yeah, I talk about it. I did a car vlog yesterday. I recorded. It's with my editor, and hopefully it'll be out for tomorrow evening or tomorrow day. I'm not sure when exactly. But yeah, so. But yeah, exactly, Dick. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's a good way to look at it. Or if you get into a good routine, then you can... Oh, yeah, there's always a cat. I didn't think about that. Brad, they do a SUV version. So, yeah, they do an SUV version, which I sat in. And because I basically... I'll tell you what happened, basically. I turned up and I was looking around the bottom floor and I was like, God, these are expensive, like 230,000. And the guy was like, hey, if you want to go on the top floor, there's all the used cars. So I went up there, and there was one there. It was sick. I wonder if I got an image here. Let me get it up quickly, unless I deleted it. Yeah, I'll have to send it from my phone. Anyway, there was a car there. It was a DB11. Basically, don't buy an Aston Martin brand new because they depreciate like crazy. So there was a DB11. Like, I guess it's like 5 years old now, I guess, because we're getting into 2025. But it's a 2020 model with, I think it was like 8,000 miles on the clock. It was £86,000, which I didn't think was like, obviously that's a ridiculous amount of money spent on a car. And I'm pretty much, well, I don't say never, but I mean, I do want to get one at some point, but not for years and years and years. I felt like that was actually quite reasonable for an Aston Martin that basically comes through a warranty with an Aston Martin garage and has barely been driven. Anyway, got in the bloody DB11 and it was easy to get into and it was very tight and, you know, so I said to the guy, like, you know, I'm looking at the Aston Martins, but I want to make sure I can even like fit in one basically. Got in all right. It was very nice, but then getting out of it was really not elegant. So I was like, I'll go and test out the SUV one. So I think it's an Aston Martin DBX, and they do like the four-wheel drive one. So that was very nice to get in and out of. So if I give you the sneak peek here, if I send this over from my phone quickly, and then, yeah, I'll just share it on the stream quickly. So give me a second, and I'll get that sent over. So... send that to my Mac Studio. So yeah, that was good fun. I do, yeah, Ferrari is just like too expensive, you know. Well, I mean, look, Aston Martin's too expensive as well, but the used ones though are actually, say, quite affordable. Porsche, I do love Porsches. I really, really want a Porsche 911. I'm not going to lie. That is kind of one of my dream cars. Well, my dream car is kind of an Audi R8. I really like Audi R8s, but I really like Porsche 911s. I've been looking, but like there's so many models. It's crazy. There's like 15 different models of variations, and then everything's an extra. I'm not realistically buying a Porsche, but I was just like looking, seeing what there is, because I just like to look at this kind of aspirational things. And then yeah, it's just kind of crazy, really. Let me just sort these images out quickly. So I need to export this as a JPEG. But yeah, so. I do want a Porsche. GT3 RS. Yeah, I mean, if you can get one, yeah, second hand. Well, not second. Yeah, you know what I mean. You can't buy them new, can you, from the Porsche dealership? Yeah, absolutely. Caymans are actually good value because they're like around the 50k mark, like used. So I mean, whenever I buy cars, I always try and buy them like 3 years old. You know, let someone else take the depreciation hit on that one. But yeah, let me see if I can share this here. So this is the one the one that's 86,000. So if you guys can see that, that was pretty sick, to be honest. Yeah, the one that I could get in and well, getting out was a little bit inelegant. So there's that one there, and then this was me inside of the DBX, which is very nice. Now I looked at Aston Martins online, like the pictures, and they don't look necessarily look that nice from the picture. But actually, when you're inside it, it's actually really nice. So it was pretty sick, to be fair. And then they had this one as well, which was pretty nice. This was an Aston Martin Vantage, so this is pretty sick. So yeah, this is quite a nice one as well. So yeah, so. Yeah, it's kind of cool just to go in and test them out. And I didn't actually test drive them, but sit in them and see what they're like and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's just kind of like with Mallorca when I looked at the yachts. It's just kind of nice, aspirational. I'm miles away from buying one of those. Sure, if I liquidated all my money in Amazon, I could buy one, but it'd be pretty stupid. But yeah, I love Audi R8 Snappy. Yeah, that's kind of my dream car. Really, I just love them. They're not making them anymore as well, so they're kind of like they're going to come to an end, aren't they? It's like an Audi TT. I like TTs as well, actually. So realistically, if I decide to get a new car and I want to be sensible and I want something a little bit sporty without breaking the bank, I probably would just get an Audi TT for like 20, 25, maybe 30,000. I think they've got the final edition one, which is like you can basically get for a few thousand. Got a few thousand miles on the clock. It's like 2024, 2023. You can pick them up for like 30 to 35. Like that's probably the top end of what I want to spend, really, because it's just total waste of money, cars. At the same time that you're going to live life as well, enjoy yourself. So that's realistically for me going to be like where that's kind of the sweet spot for me. If I suddenly make crap loads of money, then maybe I'll treat myself to a Porsche Cayman. But yeah, I don't know, because you can get them for like 50k ish. But yeah, so anyway, fun times with those cars. It's always fun to look at these things anyway and kind of like dream about what you can buy. But I'm always cognizant as well that, I'm a businessman. I want to build wealth, not spend it on cars. Because if I spend 100 grand on a Aston Martin, it'll be worth 50k in 5 years. Whereas if I spend 100,000 on investments or business, then it could be worth 150k, 200k. So yeah, that's when you buy the car after you've done that. But anyway, so it was fun times anyway. So I was also interested to see how they treat me as well, given that I kind of go in a little bit scrappily with my shorts and t-shirts, which is pretty much what I wear all the time. Live by my own rules basically, and maybe like a hoodie. So, but yeah, it's so yeah. What are your dream cars? So Ferrari. Decide if you're allowed to buy it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I also want a reliable car as well. So I want something that's comfortable and reliable. So I don't want to be like, because I've heard Ferraris are not very reliable. So I don't want to be like breaking down on the motorway, looking really fancy in my broken down Ferrari, or looking like an idiot. So I've heard that maybe Lamborghinis might be a better option because they're Audi, which are pretty reliable. But yeah, I might actually go in. I thought about going in today actually, but I was busy. But going in maybe tomorrow, day after. And just doing a test drive. But yeah, see if they'll let me take one out for a test drive. But yeah, so kind of could be fun, I guess. But yeah, love all that stuff. It's aspirational. It's not realistic for me, really, because it'd be so stupid. Next step for me really is to get a house. So sell up my apartments and get a house. That is my next goal, really. But yeah, I'm kind of sick of living in apartments, really. Although saying that this apartment's nice, actually, it's fine. But yeah, hate service charges and things like that. So avoid apartments if you can. But yeah, any other Amazon questions? We kind of went on a tangent there on cars. Hopefully we didn't lose too many viewers. We didn't, which looks okay. So yeah, let me know if you got any. So Brad saying dream car is GT3 RS. Yeah, look, really nice. But it's like a track day car, isn't it? So I guess if you've got enough money to buy a GT3 RS, you've probably got enough money to buy maybe like a 40, 50 grand Audi or whatever, BMW Saloon or something like that, which is like comfortable to drive in. But yeah, it's finding that balance of like, I want the comfort. You guys know I like to drive every kind of weekend back to my parents. It takes like an hour and a half-ish, hour and 20 minutes. So I want to be comfortable in that. Also enjoyable. So I actually went into the Audi garage as well, and it was shocking. It was barren of anything interesting. It was all just SUVs, which I know is the popular thing now, and electric cars. There wasn't one single saloon in there. There wasn't one single like performance car. It was really just like, I literally walked in, spent about a minute in there, and then left because I was like, this is rubbish. I mean, I've just gone from the Aston Martin garage into the Audi garage, but I was like, it's rubbish, really. Outside, they did have an SQ8 though, which was very nice. Although, no offense to anyone who drives it, it looks like a massive drug dealer's car. So, but yeah, but it looks like a nice car though, to be fair. But yeah, that's why every time I see someone drive one of those, I'm like, drug dealer. But yeah, some cars, I like saloon cars, but they're not popular anymore. So I like the Audi A5 or S5, S4. I love the S7 actually. It's a lovely car. Again, they're really expensive though, really expensive. Or the RS version to those as well, obviously. But yeah, so Diggs, we not consider just renting them out. No, it's buying the car is a waste of money. Renting it's probably even more of a waste of money. It depends like on what deal I can get. Now, Another car I'd love to get actually is the Audi e-tron GT, which is the electric like performance car. I would never buy one of those. I'd lease it because they depreciate like mad, and who knows what the battery's going to be like after 2-3 years. So I'd consider leasing one of those maybe. But I'm not really. Deeks. I've got a Ford C-Max. It's from 2016. The only nice thing about it has got literally all the bells and whistles. It's like the titanium whatever version. It's got the sunroof, which is nice. Got all the electronics and stuff. Really, so in terms of like, it's got all the features. It must have cost a fortune in 2016 because it literally has literally everything. And considering it's 2016, it's quite an old car. But yeah, that's worth like $4 or $5 now. But it does the job. I'd rather spend my money on more profitable ventures than cars. But hey, I get tempted like everyone else when it comes to these cars. So sorry if we're boring people here. It should be meant to be an Amazon FBA Q&A, but hey, we go off on these tangents, so it's all fun and games anyway. So Snappy's got a traffic sport camper conversion. Oh, cool, nice. There you go. AD Advance good, boot space for RA, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, the RS6 is that what we want to get? So. In fact, I know someone who's got an RS6, and I think it costs like £2,000 to get new tyres on it, or something crazy like that. So, yeah, and you probably burn through them pretty quickly as well. But yeah, Lewis, will you mind checking over this deal, please? I'm thinking the thing putting me off is how much the stock there is. Sure, if there's too much stock, that is a reason to put you off. So, what do you want to share it with me? And I mean, I can't really review it now, but if you want to DM me, I can have a look at it. Absolutely. But yeah, Deeks, yeah, renting the apartments if you want a house. I don't want to be a landlord. It's just, yeah, it kind of sucks to be a landlord now with the new laws with Labour, not just Labour, even Conservatives were giving renters too many rights. And hey, I'm all for renters' rights. 100% renters do need rights, but at the same time, landlords need rights as well. Landlords need rights as well. So if a tenant is not paying or being a bad tenant, there should be more rights for landlords to get rid of the tenant. And obviously, if on the flip side, if a tenant's being good and they're paying their rent and looking after the property, then sure, they should have more rights to stay. I'm all for that. But there needs to be a balance both ways. Right now, basically, yeah, if a tenant decides not to pay, it's going to cost you between £5,000 and £10,000 to get rid of them. They're not paying the rent in the meantime. It's going to cost you 3 to 6 months. Take 3 to 6 months to get rid of them as well. And and they could trash the place, and then it ended up costing you quite a lot of money. So for me, it just seems like a bad idea to do renting. But so and I've got the worst tenant as well at the moment for my. I've got a place in Cambridge. Doesn't pay any rent, just a freeloader. No, it's my younger brother. He's staying in there. So, but yeah. So do you know what? I'd love to be a landlord. I'd love to have 5, 10, 15, 20 properties. But it's just like the government just doesn't make it good anymore, really. It doesn't make it worth it. And the headaches out of it just seem like too much. So, but yes, I'd love to be like a landlord, but it just doesn't make sense, really. Brad, suck back into talking about cars. Sure, I mean, look, if you want to talk about cars, I'm happy to talk about it. It's all good. So if someone wants to pipe in with an FBA question in the meantime, that's all cool. I'm happy with, So Snappy says, next step was to rent my place, but I don't think that's wise now. I mean, in my opinion, I've never been like a landlord. I've done Airbnb, which is very different because basically the person has no rights. If they basically don't leave, you can call the police. Now, whether the police actually do anything, I don't know, but you can pretty much like physically eject them because they have no rights. Never had a problem though, really, with people not leaving generally. But so I've got no like real experience with it, but I've done a lot of research on it, read online. I obviously know that the renters reform stuff's coming in, but the biggest thing for me is just all the service charges with apartments. They just keep racking them up and up and up, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, maybe if I get into houses, maybe I'll rent them out. I don't know. It's a tough one, really. But one good thing, I suppose, for landlords is rental prices are going through the roof. Because no one wants to be a landlord anymore, which means there's less rental properties. Loads of people are selling up, which is then putting pressure on renters who have to pay more money for renting. So this apartment, for example, cost, what was it? 136,000 is what I paid for this back in 2020. Now, someone rents one just across the hall, and that was like nearly 2 years, no, maybe a year and a half ago now. They're paying £1,000 a month for it. And that was a year and a half ago. You could probably get like 1,100 now. So that yield is really good, actually. So, yeah, in that regard, it makes me kind of want to buy them all. If I can make like £1,100-1,200 per property before tax and stuff. But yeah, it's yeah. If you're going to be a landlord, do it in houses. It definitely makes sense, I think. But anyway, so yeah, Dick's saying he could have gone into buy to let, but thought it was just more safe whacking the S&P 500. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like he got no problems, no maintenance, no nothing. Just whack it into the. I like Vanguard, 100% stock and share stocks, ISA or whatever. You can do bonds if you're a little bit less risk averse. But yeah, that's the thing, really, isn't it? Just stick them on a fixed term tenancy, damage limitation. Yeah, but if they don't pay, then what are you going to do? I mean, it's just, and there is no fixed term anymore. They're getting more rights, aren't they? So renters. So look, it's more about the fact that if they just don't pay, it's going to cost me money to get them out. They could literally trash the place. They've got no money to their name, and I can't get the money back. It cost me 10-15 grand to refurb the place. I've lost out maybe, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 grand in rent. It's cost me 5 to 10 grand to get rid of them with legal fees. It's just, yeah, this doesn't sound appealing to me. And the government's obviously going after you when it comes to. So Labour government have just increased stamp duty on second properties, haven't they? So it's now a flat 5%, which obviously makes it even harder for landlords to come into the market because they're getting whacked for 5%. So it's not like being a landlord's that profitable. Anyway, so governments don't like landlords. So simple as that. So yeah, not one for me really. So Dylan saying, if I want to ungate an item, Lego for argument's sake, apparently the Cogito, they don't send you an invoice. So no, that's not true. So you've got two options basically. There are wholesalers that offer invoices and wholesalers that don't offer invoices. When you add an item to cart and you go to the cart section, you'll see at the top right-hand side, on the left side it will say supplier, blah, blah, blah. On the right-hand side, it's going to say supply marketplace invoice provided. You'll either see that or you won't see that. If that's there, it means they provide an invoice. If it's not there, it means they won't provide an invoice, Dylan. So let me just quickly see if I can get one up and show you what that looks like. Maybe do a quick screenshot. I need to add something to my basket quickly. But yeah, so there are wholesalers that provide invoices and there are wholesalers that don't provide invoices. So yeah, you just need to basically just find the ones that do. Let me see if I can. Hope that's not gone down in price more since I bought it. Let me see if I can add something to basket quickly and have a look. Of course, I'm going to find one that doesn't have a marketplace invoice thing. Yeah, it doesn't. Great. Okay, but yeah, that's where it is basically. So it'll be in the cart. So yeah, if you need any help, just DM me. I can help you. But yeah, that's not fully true basically. Some do, some don't. So using trading 212 ISA account, got a referral if you like. I use Vanguard for my investments. Well, I did. I took it all out to buy stock for Q4. But yeah, so... and also, Dix, you're correct. There is a filter if you go to account on Cogito, profile, and then scroll down slightly. There's a checkbox where it says only show products with the marketplace invoices available. Do that, and then it will only show you stuff where you can get invoices. Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Dix. Absolutely. So that's the way you do it, Dylan. Hopefully that helped you. Yeah, do that. Go to account, go to profile, scroll down, do that checkbox where it says only show products with marketplace invoices available, and you'll be good to go. Every single supplier then will be providing you invoices, and you'll be good. So, but yeah, so and you can see that on the top right hand side as well. So let me just quickly tick that quickly, and then find you one so you can see exactly what it looks like. I'll do a quick little screenshot here. Let me just picking a random item here. Here we go. View cart. Let me screenshot this quickly. So Dylan, one thing I'm going to say is ungating with Cogito is a little bit tricky. It's a very hit and miss right now with ungating on Cogito. To be fair, it's hit and miss with everyone right now. So yeah, I would say try and get things ungated first if you can before you buy a crap load of them from Cogito. So let me just quickly here. I've taken the screenshot here. I'm just going to do a quick little arrow for you so you can't miss it here. And we won't make that red. We'll make it blue. Here we go. Apologies if I'm making this look not concentrating here. Cool. Right, I've just done that screenshot for you. Here we go. You'll see it on screen now. You can see on the top right-hand side there, this supply has view supply. Sorry, not ignore that arrow. Bloody, I did the wrong thing. Look above the arrow on the top right-hand side. It says marketplace invoices available. I pointed the arrow at the wrong thing. So look above the arrow. Yeah, marketplace invoices available. If it says that, it means you'll get an invoice. So you'll be all good. Talk about messing that up. This is what happens when you try and do these things on the fly in a live stream. But yeah, get yourself onto Cogito, guys. Absolutely. So, oh, someone messaged me and deleted the message. All good. Cool. So, any more Amazon FBA questions or Cogito questions? You know, I love a good Cogito question or Amazon question. Or we can talk more about cars. I'm easy, really. Whatever you guys want to talk about. So, we can talk about, I love talking about business as well. Lewis, I'll get to your DM later. Obviously, I can't review it now, really. Unless you want me to reveal it to the world and review it live on the stream. Which I could do, I suppose. But yeah, so... yeah, any final questions, really? I mean, technically we've only got 5 minutes left, but I'm happy to hang out if people want to hang out for longer and talk about whatever. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some newer people in and, you know, with some good questions. But yeah, car-wise, actually, no, let's talk about, I don't know, we can talk about whatever, guys. You talk about whatever. So give me some suggestions of what you want to talk about. Pros and cons of FBA over FBM. So, I mean, I suppose the pros of FBA is that obviously Amazon deal with all of it, so they send it out, they deal with the return, like ship, you know, thing. You obviously get, I'm trying what the benefits there are. You don't have to deal with it all yourself. That's the main thing really, is you don't have to deal with it all. So FBM though can be, and obviously I guess con to FBA is slower. Obviously you've got to pack it, you've got to prep it, you've got to send it off. It can take 2 or 3 days to get to the prep center. FBM, you can literally, you know, if you buy something from Boots, you can literally sit on your phone there and list it right away, and then it's unavailable within 1 minute of you buying it. Hey, you could even like look at it and put it on FBM and just kind of hold it there put it for a good price and just hold it and walk around Boots for 20 minutes, and it might even sell before you've even bought it. Then you can just go to the checkout and buy it. So that's, I guess, an advantage of doing FBM. Downsides to FBM is basically if the customer says it doesn't arrive, you're basically going to get a refund and you'll never get your money back. Amazon 100% side with them, basically. You could basically have the queen on camera, the king on camera, delivering it to the person, and Amazon be like, nah, we're going to give them a refund. So yeah, I've seen quite a few FBM kind of scams recently, which kind of sucks. So that's one reason to not do FBM. But it depends what value items you're doing, really. So, you know, if it's cheap and you're willing to take the risk, it's fine. So Dylan's saying, how much I made today? Let me just do a quick screenshot for it and I'll show you. So, yep, so just do this quick screenshot here. I have made £525. ROI, as you can see, I've lowered my prices. So my ROI is a little bit lower, actually, but I'm getting those profits and those sales. I've got a very big looming Amex bill coming, say £60,000. So it's not all due this month, thank God. So looking to clear some of these items, get them sold. And yeah, so that's my profit for the day right now. And the month is, I'll just tell you the month. I mean, it's pretty much similar to what it was before. £4,084. So not too bad. So, yeah, I'd take it, really. It's pretty good. So, yeah, not £1,000 a day, which is what Look, I'd love to get to the point where I'm making £1,000 a day, absolutely. So I'm a long way away from that, but it's a good goal to have. So if things continue as they are right now, I should be on for a reasonable month, and hopefully December will be even better. I've got a lot of decent stock in Amazon, so yeah, it's pretty good. So Brad's asking, what's the one thing you didn't expect when you started Amazon FBA? How shit Amazon is at treating sellers. They treat you like filth and give you no support, and how poor the customer support is when you're trying to ungate or do anything like that. Like the whole you move thing was a disgrace as well. Again, I talked all about this in my car vlog. But so that's probably one big thing as well. How people don't like money and just tanking prices. So the fact you have to wait oftentimes 2-3 months for prices to recover, depending on what you buy. But yeah, so that's pretty much that one, I guess, in terms of like, yeah, what didn't expect. I guess from a more positive thought, I didn't realize how many deals are out there. I guess I kind of came with that mindset of like scarcity, and then realized actually there's loads of deals out there. I don't have enough money to buy them all. So I guess that's another thing as well. There are deals out there. Hey, you can't necessarily expect to make all that profit right away. Sometimes things tank. You have to hold them for a little bit. If the prices recover, kind of sucks, but it's what it is. So how do you scale to 1 million a year? I've not done it, so I couldn't tell you, but essentially buy more. This entire business is down to sourcing and buying. You can't see my fingers there. Sourcing and buying. That's all it comes down to. So it's amazing how many people want to scale in the business and do well in the business but can't source. It's pretty much the most important part of this business. You can sell anything on Amazon if you get cheap enough. So selling's easy. It's the sourcing that's the tough part. The money's made in the buy, not the sell. So if you can buy it cheap enough, that's pretty much it. Just keep reinvesting your money and keep buying and keep reinvesting your money, buying fast selling items, doing good product research, and then that's pretty much it. The way to scale up. So Lewis is saying your stat shows 19, but what's the ROI stat beneath? Let me open it up and have a look. So I'm not exactly sure how that works. I think it might be compared to like that day last month, or more likely it's probably compared to yesterday. Let me have a look what yesterday was. But yeah, to be honest, I've always wondered what it was, but never like investigated it, I suppose. But I think it's comparing it to another time, if that makes sense. So it might be yesterday. So yesterday I was at 31% ROI. So is that 61.3% of 31%? I don't know. I think it's compared to yesterday, but I'm not 100% sure. So it could be. But yeah, maybe someone knows the exact answer on that one. So which one was it? Was it this one? Was it? Yeah, this one here. So yeah, what's that 61%? So I could probably do the math and figure out if it was, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So yeah, cool. But yeah, some good questions there, absolutely. So pretty good day, was that the right one actually? Oh yeah, I was looking at yesterday, like, hey, I've made more money since then. Yeah, yesterday was 561. I was like, hey, have I made an extra like 40 quid since I've been talking in like 2 minutes? What's the essential items you need for packing items? You need a tape gun. You need ideally 2 printers, one for your SKU labels, one for your shipping labels, but you can get away with one if you're going to switch over. You'll get sick of it really quickly. But thermal label printer is pretty much essential. You can get one at Amazon now for like 80 quid, sometimes even cheaper. What else do you need? I bought one of these like air cushion machines. You probably don't need one of those, but something to fill the voids. Obviously you need decent boxes. But that's pretty much it, to be honest. Nothing too special. You're going to need some poly bags, potentially, depending on what you're selling. Some items need poly bagging. You can get them, again, on Amazon. If you go to my server, anyone who's not in FBA Moguls, you can join that. There's a link below in the description for that. Come and join my free Amazon FBA Discord community. I've got a link in there called Equipment, or a channel in there called Equipment. You've got all the links in there for all the stuff you need. But yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest. You don't need that much, really. It's pretty simple. So Mohammed is asking, is it worth sending inventory into Amazon end of November, December? I'm asking if Amazon will be busy with backlog of orders. So right now, I think check-in times seem okay. So sure, why not? Yeah, I basically said up to like the 10th, 11th, 12th of December, really. Depends what you're sending in. Keep an eye on your check-in times. Last year was pretty good. This year, I think it looks okay. I've not double-checked or anything, but check-in times seem to be okay, like 2 or 3 days, I guess. I'm not sure exactly. Hopefully they've got enough employees, but you just judge it based on, end of November, 100%. I guess, 5th of December, definitely. 10th of December is I'd say 10th of December is probably like getting towards that kind of cutoff period. Dylan says, when did I realize I could quit my job? So I actually quit my job before I did Amazon. So I quit my job like 6-8 weeks before I started Amazon. I had a decent amount of savings. So, I just decided to quit the job and then figure out what I would do afterwards. I saved my money. I'm pretty frugal in general. So I had plenty of savings I could live off for, 2-3 years, I guess, worth of money saved up. And yeah, that gave me the option to quit my job when we kind of, I liked my job. I got on with my boss very well. We just kind of like disagreed on the whole working from home thing. I wanted to work from home pretty much full time. I also wanted to go down to like 3 days a week as well. it really wasn't compatible with the business. It's fine. So we kind of we left on good terms, and I decided just to do my own business. And yeah, it's the best thing I ever did. Best thing I ever did. I should have done it years before because I'm making way more money now. I got the freedom, and yeah, it's way better. This year has been insane. So FBA, excuse me, FBA and other things. Yeah, it's been pretty good. And end of the year, I might reveal my profits of the year. So yeah, it's 6 figures, which is pretty good. But yeah, so it's pretty. I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you've got lots of savings, I suppose. But that's how I did it anyway. So most people do it as a side hustle, get to the point where they're making enough money, then quit their job. So that's what Brad's trying to do. Brad's trying to hit, I think, 2 or 3x his salary before he quits. Sensible. Cool. So Snappy's asking, what air cushion machine did you get? I bet it's useful. Yeah, I just got sick of like running out of void fill. I bought one from Kite Packaging. It was really expensive, but I was just like, whatever. It usually get the VAT back, you get expensive. It was like 400 quid, 450 quid. Did come with a load of air cushion stuff though. It is actually really good. I don't really prep anymore, so I'm going to basically sell it to the local prep centre, or maybe I'll raffle it off to people in the community who want it. So I'm not sure yet exactly what I'll do. I just remembered I promised you guys a MacBook Air extra giveaway code. So I need to still create it on the thing. So it won't be there yet. Give me till tomorrow morning. But we'll say that the code is going to be, and let me write this down quickly. It's going to be Mogul. Actually, no, it's going to be Aston Mogul. So ASTONMOGUL. That will be the code, basically, for the extra. And I'll give you guys an extra 50 entries into the MacBook giveaway. So link for that in the description as well. If people want that's what the code will be. I put it in the chat. Totally forgot until now. But yeah, I did promise you guys a few extra entries into the giveaway. It won't work now. It'll work, and like I say, later on, I'll... But yeah, it's just an air cushion machine. So it basically, if you ever get those like void fill... Have I got any? Here we go. Do I have some down here? Yeah, here we go. Air cushions. These things here. They come on a roll, and then you obviously the machine puts air in them. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, it's really good for filling gaps in, protecting your items when you send them to Amazon. And yeah, so apologies if that was really noisy and horrible. So I didn't really consider that. But yeah, it's an air cushion basically. So yeah, I mean the roll comes like, I don't know how many air cushions, a ridiculous amount of air cushions. But yeah, it's pretty good basically. But the machine itself was expensive. You can get them from like Alibaba, AliExpress as well if you want to just wait for it to come from China. But yeah, it's pretty useful for packing. Depends how serious you want to take packing and prepping at home. Personally, I think you're better off just using a prep center. I just went kind of nuts really when when I was doing it myself. I had that kind of replan, and I was like, you know what, as I kind of knew the replan would eventually end. So I got that unit, and I basically like bought loads of stock, like enough that I could like store in the warehouse, like have loads in Amazon, but also have loads in the unit as well. I had like hundreds and hundreds of units sat there, and it took up a lot of space. For those of you guys that know what it is, but I had lots of them in there. So I was like, well, if I do that, I'm storing, because I knew it was going to come to an end at some point. So I was just trying to buy as many as possible before it kind of ended. I hoped it wouldn't end, but kind of realistically knew it would. So yeah, that's where I got the thing, because it makes it easy to pack. When you're packing like loads of boxes, one thing that really makes a difference is a new box, because you can literally just like fold it up, tape it up really quickly. When you're using those used ones, they kind of suck. Cutting them down is a pain in the butt as well. With the Kite ones that I recommend, they've got like perforated edges, so you can literally cut them down and fold them immediately over to make them smaller. That was a lifesaver. So when you're packing and prepping, all these things that save time, it's just a game changer. And yeah, get a bunch of tape guns as well, packing tape, all that kind of stuff. So Yeah, exactly. So there are multiple ways you can get like the void fill paper and stuff, but I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get the air cushions. They're pretty good. So I'm using them now. Actually, that's the reason I've got them down there is because I'm doing obviously a lot of FBM with perfumes that I've got that I'm trying to get rid of, so that I can't FBA. So they're nice for putting in. I've actually run out of boxes now. I had to order some more. God, they're 50p each. These like little perfume boxes. Yeah, so in there to protect the perfume. So I've got a few down there, a couple in each box. It packs it really well. So yeah, awesome. Any other questions, guys? So I'm happy to hang out as long as you guys want. I will get got late dinner at some point, but from cars to air cushions, exactly. Yeah, we talk about all sorts of crazy stuff here. So we talked about being landlord as well. We've talked about, we've been all over the place, haven't we? So is everyone looking forward to Christmas? That's the question. So not just from a seller point of view, but obviously from a celebration point of view and hanging out with family and stuff. Hopefully you're all looking forward to Christmas. One thing I like to do, I've not actually bought any in a while, but whenever there was a Hamleys sale on, they would like fire sell toys. I used to buy all those and stick in my parents' garage, and then we'll be doing not a giveaway. Well, it is a giveaway. My mum will be packing those up and taking them off to the children's hospital, wherever it is. So that was quite nice. So trying to give something back a bit, and I've done well enough this year that I might even do another, like maybe spend £500 or £1,000 and do some sort of giveaway. I don't know, charity thing, I guess you call it. We'll see, basically. But yeah, so what makes it unable to FBA? There's just a few. Burberry's are kind of a weird one where you can add it to inventory, but when it comes to actually creating the shipment, it just like glitches out. It doesn't let you sell it. So it basically says like you've hit the max inventory for this item, even though you've got no inventory. So it's one of those like weird little glitchy ones. It's why it's always good to maybe just like add items to your inventory and just double check you can send them before you actually like buy them. Although it's only really happened on Burberry before, so it's just like a weird little glitch. It's essentially a restricted brand, but it's not restricted. It's just FBA restricted. So, but yeah, so Mohammed is saying, once I've received a UPS label from Amazon, could I leave it at an access point? And so, yeah, absolutely. Of course you can. Yeah. So you can, sometimes I've done that. I've taken it down to my kind of local UPS point and just dropped it off there. I just say, depending on where it is, like the one I take it down to is like a little, like an estate agent. It's actually a Jamaican grocery place, essentially. Really nice guy runs it, actually. So another thing is knowing you can trust people there. So, and I trust that guy. But yeah, you don't want to take down 20 boxes, like big boxes. So no, I would never do that to him. I'd only take 1 or 2 big boxes down. Don't want to go too crazy. Yeah, that one's been under review from Amazon for like a year now. So, I bought that before last Christmas. So I've had it over a year, sat in my apartment. Yeah, so I guess don't know if they're ever going to get around to reviewing it. Yeah, so bit of a weird one, really, that one. So I think Burberry's a weird brand, so I don't think you can sell Burberry, really. But yeah. So Brad saying on the Discord, if anyone's thinking about buying a Moonbin printer, create an account on Moonbin, put your cart and leave it a few days later, they'll send you a discount code. There you go, you're learning how to do OA there, yeah. Plenty of places out there that you add to cart and they send you like, if you come back, you can have 10% off or 15% off, whatever. So it's kind of cool. You're learning how to do OA there. A little good trick there. So DHPM, I don't know what that means, but sure. Yeah, I don't know what that means. But yeah. So yeah, God, what else is there to talk about? I don't know. We've still got 19 people watching, 20 people watching, so that's pretty awesome. I have thought about doing these like every evening. I can't do tomorrow evening. I am going speed dating in Nottingham, so that'll be fun. I've not done that in ages, actually. I did it last time when I was before COVID, and that was really good, actually. I enjoyed it a lot. So I thought, hey, I'll go out again. But yeah, so I won't be here tomorrow evening for that, but I'll be back on Wednesday for some cogito sourcing on Wednesday evening. Maybe I'll try and do Thursday as well. And then Friday evenings, my Xbox night, once a week. Although my mate's messaged me tonight saying, do you want to play? I was like, no. Got work to do. I would rather hang out on the stream. So But yeah, try and do these streams a little bit more often. I don't know, maybe like on one day on the weekend. Although I've been trying to get better at my work-life balance now, not trying to work too much on weekends. Although I did work this Saturday, doing loads of repricing, because I was like, I'm not selling enough. I was getting a bit worried that my sales weren't very good. So Snappy, I played Destiny. That's the only game I really play on there. I did actually buy that new Warhammer game. I can't remember what it's called now. Space Marines 2, I think it is. That's pretty good actually. I played that a little bit. I'm more of like a social player, I guess. So on the multiplayer thing with my mates on Destiny. But I thought, you know what, I was trying to get myself away from work actually. Which is weird enough. I was like, I'm gonna buy this game and maybe treat myself to playing it in the evenings or whatever, or on weekends to get away from, because I was working way too much. I was working 12, 14-hour days. I just like literally didn't even want to go down to the supermarket to buy like groceries because like, well, that's wasted time. I could be working, but I've now kind of got that balance back now. I went a bit mad. So now I'm trying to avoid working on the weekends and things like that. So yeah, having a bit more balance really. I love Splinter Cell. It's great. You mean Splinter Cell? Yeah, multiplayer. Yeah, that was a good one for PlayStation, wasn't it? I think it was PlayStation. Oh, is it? PC? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Brad's PC Master Race. All my mates are on Xbox, so it's just Xbox. Yeah, so I had to stop playing Destiny. Couldn't stop playing it. Exactly. Yeah. So fortunately, I'm pretty good. I don't have like an addiction to gaming really. So that's good. In fact, I have to kind of force myself to play sometimes. But yeah, so I've tried to like, you know, get into like getting a decent single player game. I mean, Space Marine 1 was pretty good. I bought like Red Dead Redemption 2. I was like, I'd love to be able to sit down and play like a single player game and go through like a whole thing. But I don't know, I loved them as a kid, but now I just can't really get into them anymore really. So kind of a weird one really. But yeah, I don't essentially play video games that much anymore, apart from a Friday. Say Friday evening, it's like 5 p.m. to about midnight. I play Destiny, and that's pretty much it for me. So rest of the time, yeah, I'm just chilling out, watching TV, listening to music, or working pretty much. So, but yeah, it's just exactly. So I mean, I've gotten to the point now, Brad, that I've worked like super hard for like 2 years. I've gotten to the point where I'm making decent money, so I need to let off and maybe relax more now. Yeah, so obviously if I can continue to do those 12, 14-hour days, I'd probably be way more successful. But it's realizing it's a marathon, not a sprint, basically. That's what it really is. So there's plenty of time to make the money. I got so excited by the opportunities all over the place that I was like, it felt like I had to work like 4 hours on this business, 4 hours on this business, 4 hours, 12 hours a day. It was kind of getting crazy, really. So, yeah, getting that balance is good as well. But when you first start out, you do kind of have to work a lot. Chucky Egg, get on it. I don't know what that is, but yeah. When new raid comes out, it's game over. Yeah. So we've still not done the new raid. We've done all of it up to the last encounter, the boss, and we've still not been able to beat the boss. It takes us so long to get to the boss that by the time we get there, we don't have time to play the boss. So... But yeah, we've gotten pretty good at all the other encounters now, though, for the most part. ZX Spectrum game. Oh, God. Yeah, I've not played a ZX Spectrum myself. So I was a N64. That's what I had when I was a kid. My parents treated me to that. When I don't know how old I was, but yeah, N64 was great. Mario 64, obviously GoldenEye, the classic. Was it Starwing? I can't remember. Played too many video games, but actually my favourite game from my childhood was Age of Empires on PC. I love that game. I was pretty damn good at it as well, actually. I was pretty damn good at it on multiplayer. Multiplayer deathmatch, I was pretty good. Yeah. Don't know where I was in the world, but I was pretty good. There weren't many people that could beat me by the end of it. I was playing that constantly. Did no homework, no nothing. I was really bad at school. Yeah. I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to live by the rules, really. So I live by the laws, but just don't live by the kind of conventional rules. Just always been, yeah. GoldenEye was great. Yeah, I still don't know how he played that. Like 4 of us sat on like a crappy little screen with crap graphics. You can barely see what's going on, but somehow we made it work. Have you ever been into COD Zombies? I mean, I played a little bit of COD years and years and years ago, like 10 years ago probably. I don't know exactly. It might have been COD, might have been the other ones. But Modern Warfare, I'm not sure. But yeah, I bought myself this gaming PC, to do some PC gaming, and it's like, I just don't know, I just don't have the inclination to game anymore, really, which is probably a good thing. But so I actually need to sell it, because I'm trying to think what it's got in it. It's got a 30 something. I don't know what it was. It cost like £500-600 from Nvidia. I don't know what it is. 3080 maybe. I can't remember. Yeah, I need to kind of just sell it all. So just don't play it, don't use it. It's just sat there gathering dust, depreciating in value constantly. So I just need to get rid of it, really. Yeah, Starwing. Yeah, I remember getting that with the Rumble pack. It cost so much money as well. I think it was like £90 back in like 2000. Don't know, 2 or something. I don't know, remember what year it was. Star Fox. It was Star Fox. And I remember getting it with the Rumble pack, and it was expensive. Actually, it might have been like £115. I can't remember, but I remember I spent like all my money on it. Yeah, it was great. And that Rumble pack was like revolutionary at the time. Kind of crazy, really. But yeah, we had a great time. So yeah, with those, with GoldenEye, Mario Kart. Oh, Super Mario Kart. It was so good. Yeah, Mario Kart was great. Just, yeah. Those are the times, eh? Those are the days. But yeah, these days just don't have any inclination to game anymore, really. So I'm either working or literally just like sitting on the sofa, just like watching YouTube videos or watching a movie. So I'm either like really active or really inactive, and don't have any kind of middle ground. So all my energy tends to go into business, and then I kind of like, yeah, sit on the sofa, put a YouTube video on, fall asleep, basically. So, but yeah. To be fair, we'll get on streaming on the gaming PC. Yeah, sure, absolutely. I mean, but I'm not really into gaming. I'm more into. I kind of like these live streams like this. I like hanging out with you guys, talking, just whatever we talk about. Really, it's kind of fun. So maybe I'll create another YouTube channel or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it's interesting. So I think social media is just so powerful, and doing this like live streams, things like that, are really cool. So. Yeah, I'd love to do more of this stuff, really. Not just talking about Amazon or Cogito, we can just talk about whatever, really. Interesting topics and stuff like that. So I've got plenty of views on politics and business and, whatever, strong views. So, yeah, the longer you keep distracted. Oh, that's your trick, is it? Yeah, you've got more Cogito stuck up. Absolutely, mate. Guys, go for it. I can't buy them all. Like, literally today, after that one order, I was like, I'm done, Yeah, so I'm also cognizant now as well, if I'm buying like 300-400 units of an item, they better get here pretty quick for Christmas. So for me, if I'm buying a lot of items, I'm not necessarily buying them for Christmas. I mean, it's still time now, to be fair, but it's just something I'm now thinking more about. If I'm buying like a pallet of items, that I need to think, need to be good sales losses on these items for me to get through. So we're getting a table at Ocean Beach in Jan. What's Ocean Beach, Jacob? Is that a club in Dubai, is it? So, but yeah, we can do, absolutely. So I don't really drink anymore, but at special occasions. I did love the old table service though. But yeah, I might not be able to afford it in Dubai, so that's the only thing. But yeah, absolutely. If you're talking about Dubai, that is. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but yeah. Yeah, guys, go for it. There's so many deals on there. Keep going. Have you guys bought anything on the stream? I don't know. Let me know. Do you find any good deals? I don't see any success posts. Jay always does well on the old Cogito deals. He's always finding good deals. But yeah, looking forward to going on holiday in January to Dubai. So, working holiday. So that should be nice. Hopefully the weather will be good. But yeah, so that'll be nice to relax, actually. Looking forward to testing out first class for the first time as well. So I have been in business class before when I was a kid, but not as an adult. So checking out first class will be good fun. Yeah, Lewis, so you've messaged me, I'll DM me, we're all good, I'll walk you through it all, but don't worry about it. Everyone on here is ordering on Cogito, so everyone's having a great time ordering, making lots of profit, so there's nothing to worry about too much, but of course, if you're a little bit nervous about your first order, you can always run it past me, but obviously I'm not going to do it right now while I'm on the live stream. But yeah, Jacob, I don't know what the good clubs are. I know Spence sent me a picture today of him in, what did he say to me? Who was it? He was in some sort of party with someone called DMO and HS, and I was like, I've got no idea who they are. So, Yeah. That flex went right over my head there because I literally don't give a shit about any kind of celebrity or anything like that. That means nothing to me. There are certain celebrities I'd love to meet, but I don't have like an idolization of, you know, yeah, I just don't care about that kind of stuff really. But yeah, so whoever DMO and HS are, they were doing this like boat party or some, maybe it's not a boat, I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, looks like it was good fun though. So it looks like, yeah, was it on a yacht? Okay, there you go. Well, I'm hoping Spence is going to do like a profit suite party. You know, that's what he needs to do. But yeah, so Lewis, every deal you don't push is a bad deal. Exactly. It's like every shot you don't take is a bad shot. Maybe that's not. But yeah, you know. Yeah, so sure, I love yachts. So not that I've ever been on a yacht. Well, no, not really. I don't think I've ever been on a yacht, so that'd be a good experience. But one thing I don't want to fall into is this whole, like, obviously in Dubai, everyone's got loads of money. They flash the money. It's all about like materialistic and like flashing wealth. Don't want to get drawn into that really, if I can avoid it, because I just won't be able to keep up. There's always going to be someone richer out there than you. So. And it's also not my thing really, but hey, I'm always up for a good experience though. But yeah, I need to be cautious though, otherwise I can get sucked into that whole like spending way too much money on stuff. But hey, for a treat, I'm absolutely on board for that kind of thing. But yeah, so yeah, Brad's like saying, if you've done the checks, you're all good to go. Just normal people respect everyone. Exactly. Yeah. So Auto Antics, hey, how's it going? So apparently you're DMing Snappy. Okay. So let us know what that is, Snappy. So, yeah. I feel a bit left out there. That's all good. So it looks like someone may be into their automobiles, maybe. I don't know. So we're having a good car talk earlier at Auto Antics. What's your dream car? As long as it's not something like drop shipping, I'll have to ban you from the group and the YouTube. But, yeah. But yeah, definitely Dubai. You need to be careful of that kind of like lifestyle creep, because yeah, the whole thing of like keeping up with the Joneses. Well, the Joneses in Dubai are literally like billionaire sheikhs. So you when you're flashing the money, you're literally like, yeah, it's a weird one actually, because like you're flashing the money, but everyone's got money, so it just kind of like just doesn't. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. I'm looking forward to it though. It should be good fun, and yeah, still considering moving out there as well. So I'll see what it's like, and still consider moving out there. So it costs like 5, 6, I think you make up to £8,000 to get the Dubai residency. Hey, if I don't like it, I can always move back. But yeah, cool. Yeah, you got to be a big ass player. Exactly. Which means you just may as well not bother. Trying to be flashy, because you just won't be able to keep up. So. But yeah, man, it looks good. So it looks like there's a lot of successful people out there. So, you know, it's good to hang out with successful people. Hang out with successful people now, which I do enjoy. So we're all of a similar mindset. So, yeah, Auto Antics, yeah, absolutely. Get in touch with Snappy. You know, he'll help you with Amazon FBA. So, but yeah, so it can be tough. I need to get that bloody course made, honestly. It's been Q4, and then I'm going to be focusing on that, basically. I might just film a lot of it in Dubai, maybe, I'm not sure, but I definitely need to sort that course out for beginners. I just can't keep delaying it. Hurting business if I don't do that. So yeah, my goal is to try and get more people into Amazon. Oh, whether you're going to, yeah, I think I answered this one for you, Auto Antics, and it's straight to wholesale or retail arbitrage. Retail arbitrage or OA. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go straight into wholesale. I mean, you can do Cogita, sure. It's the middle ground wholesale, to be fair. But to do it as your like first order, I mean, it's fine, I guess. If you run it past me, I guess it's fine. I can help you out. But yeah, online arbitrage. So that's ordering from online websites like John Lewis or Argos or whatever. Amazon itself, you can do Amazon to Amazon. So ordering from online. RA is retail arbitrage, where you actually physically go into a shop like Tesco's or Sainsbury's. And obviously wholesale is wholesale. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to do Cogita is a good like, sort of middle ground sort of wholesale thing. It's not full on wholesale, but you're not going to be able to do wholesale from day one, like full on wholesale, because you're just not going to know what you're talking about. But if you want to do Cogita, though, that is not a bad option. But yeah, I do recommend generally, though, OA to start with, so you get your feet wet a little bit, know what you're doing a little bit before you jump into things. But hey, if you want me to find you a deal on Cogita to make your first order, I can help you find you a deal. No problem. Just DM me or DM Snappy. So, but yeah, so I'm pretty sure I saw your question in the Discord group and answered that for you, but maybe you didn't see it. Cool, guys. Right, I'm probably going to wrap it up now. I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm going to get some dinner, some late dinner. I'm not sure what I'm going to have yet. Want something nice. Any recommendations? Trying to think what I want, really. Interesting. Not sure what I actually want for dinner. I need to figure something out. But yeah, thanks, guys. I do appreciate you coming on and hanging out with me for an hour and a half, actually. We didn't get a huge amount of Amazon talked about. Oh, we got a decent chunk, actually, but we had some good topics as well. I always love talking about, car. I mean, who knows when I'm going to buy a nice car, but yeah, it's just, who knows. I get tempted sometimes by these things. But yeah, thanks, guys, for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys again on Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'll be doing some Cogita sourcing. So, and Auto Antics, I'll see you on there, 8 p.m. Same channel on Wednesday. Anyone else who wants to see me source on Cogita, you can see me again, like I say, 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Thanks, everyone. I do appreciate you coming on. Do appreciate all the regulars, Brad, Snappy. Do appreciate Jacob as well, of course, coming on. All the regular guys, do appreciate you coming on, showing your support, keeping me company, and giving me plenty of things to talk about as well. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.